This is Artist Rewind, your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artists. And don't forget, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. The question that we all want to know is, why does LA Guns have a revolving door of musicians in and out? And wait till you hear Phil's answer. The new LA Guns, you got to clear the air for me. I don't know what's going on. Like, you switch drummers, all this stuff. You got the record coming out. Who's in the band now?
Well, it's always fluid, Stefan. You know, if we were Def Leppard and we could afford to pay people when they weren't working, yeah, we'd have the same lineup. We'd still have the original lineup, but we were never in that position.
I know.
You know, we were a working band, and there, you know, what we earn is just varied so much. That, you know, yes, I know we're the band notorious for over 50 members, and it's funny, but, you know, if you have to explain to people that aren't in the business, that have never paid their bills with music, it's a tap dance through a minefield, and you've got to be really careful about, you know, what you do and how you do it, and you certainly can't afford to pay people when they're not working. So that's been, you know, the big issue. People think that LA Guns are a lot bigger or a lot wealthier than we actually are or ever were. So that, you know, that's always a little bit of an excuse for some mirth. But the fact is, and especially when it gets into the realms of two versions, and they're both changing members every week.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Ching, 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 ching.
I mean,
Yeah.
Phil, not to cut you off, but you can't do it. It's like the Stones doing the Stones without Mick Jagger.
I know. Look, it was a, you know, and not in a good way, was when Traci dropped us in it and quit the band 2 weeks before we were supposed to release an album, a good album, Waking the Dead, an album that we were real happy with, an album that I thought he was happy with, an album that, you know, actually did come out and people liked a lot, but he got it into his head that he wanted to do another project. His heart was in it, and he didn't want to do, didn't want to work with us. And it happened so quickly. We were ready to go on tour with Alice Cooper, and the album's great, and everything was going great. And he just said, no, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to be in. He had another project that his heart was in. So he just no, he's done. He's over with it. Well, you know, next 1 minute he's there, and the next minute he's gone. But we've still got this record, and we've still got this band. So what are we going to do? And it's just like, do we just say, okay, well, he's not in it, so we should just stop? And no, we didn't want to do that. We had the record, so we found somebody else. The first person we found actually was Chris Holmes. That was strange. But, you know, we scrambled. And so the second version instantly manifest. Mm-hmm. And then Traci went off and did his thing and blah, blah, blah. And it didn't work out, and he wanted to do something else. So he felt it was time for him to get back in. Oh, and obviously, after it was a betrayal. I mean, he didn't even attempt to get in touch with us and say to come back and work. He knew better. So he just started his own version. So then you got two versions. I think this must have been around like 2008. The first decade of the century, and it was awful. It was, you know, two versions, and just mass confusion.
Yeah.
And you know, because of all that shit that went down, him and I didn't talk for 15 years. 15 years, a decade and a half, mind blowing. But you know, I was so hurt. My feelings were so hurt. It was inconceivable, the thought that I would ever work with him again, because he couldn't be trusted. If he did it then, at such a crucial time, who's to say he wouldn't do it again? 15 years roll by, we meet up, we bury the hatchet, and within like no time at all, we're wondering what all the beef was about. It just like when the guards are down and all the aggression was gone, and we both grown up a lot since those days. Let's do what we're supposed to. Let's give the people what they want, and as soon as I got back jamming with him, and playing, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's the guy that brings out the best in me, and I'm happy. I'm proud of the stuff that I did without him. It's good stuff. I'm not fucking around. I'm giving the best that I've got, but it can't hold a candle to the chemistry that him and when we get together that we create, and I think perhaps a little estrangement is a good thing. 15 years is too much. That's ridiculous.
Well,
And we knew that right away. But so we got back together with a fresh slate and with good intentions, true brotherly love. We patched it up, and we wanted to make up for lost time, and that's exactly what we've been doing since The Missing Piece, The Devil You Know, and now Checkered Past. And each one of those album titles somehow is like a little pun on our marriage, our friendship, our relationship. That's it. We're soul brothers.
It wasn't LA Guns with a Giro voice and his guitar playing together.
That's right.
It just works together. It
Yeah,
really
it
does. It's a magic. It's a magical thing, and you got a great thing. The new record is out, right? You got it out. It'll be out November 12th. So you kids out there, you're gonna click on the links below, order that. Check out the videos. It's great having you here.
It's been great talking to you. It's gone so quickly, Stefan. We've been meaning to do. Let's do this again.
I want to.
Let's talk about it. Let's see what this record does. Let's get back together in 5 or 6 months and see how this one does. Because as far as I'm concerned, I think this is the best thing we've ever done. It's just the most varied, and we're having a lot of fun, and we're also so stir crazy from this pandemic. We're we're dying to get out and prove ourselves and pick it up where we left off. So I appreciate the support. Great talking to you, brother. See us. Yeah, come see us. I will.
All right. And also down below, check us out in Patreon right there for your ultimate intimate conversation with your favorite artist. All on Talking Wax. Bam. Talking Wax. All right. Wax. Talking Wax. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget to check out our other playlist right over here as well and subscribe right there. All right. Who loves you, baby? We do. Ciao.